Welcome back to Indigo Unknown. I'm Waylon.
I'm Brendan.
Well, tonight we are flipping the script.
Episode 7.
I'm doing the
going
intro.
backwards.
Say it. Just say the word once.
You're
Just say the word.
doing the intro?
No, say the word.
Fiddle. Nope.
Absolutely.
No, just because you're doing the intro doesn't mean I'm going to be worthless on this episode.
You fucking dick. You're still
The
a
first
dick. You're
fiddle
still a
strikes
cock-ass. Tonight's episode is Reincarnation.
Yes, indeed.
This one I've been looking forward to. Really looking
pretty
forward to.
exciting one. But
I was at work. Emergency's happening. I'm thinking about reincarnation.
I think
I cut my arm off.
I think
reincarnation.
you were really just wishing you were dead. I think is what it was today.
Pretty
I think
much.
that's how your day went.
It was my Friday.
You had a
I was
rough
like,
day.
Put some frozen peas on it. Reincarnation.
You're good. Yeah, if you die, you'll reincarnate. You're fine.
You're fine. We live over and over and over again. It's fine.
Oh, that's awful.
Not really.
I think you had a story you wanted to share with the viewers, since I usually share a story.
Here's a story of a lovely lady. Okay?
I thought you were going
I
to
didn't know
say,
the rest of the song. No.
this is a story all about how the script got flip-turned.
South Philadelphia.
Nope,
Born and
West
raised.
Philadelphia.
But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do the intro story. It's awkward. I don't really like talking. I don't.
Well, you chose the wrong profession.
That's true. That's true.
This is a career.
This is a career.
Podcasting
And this
is what we're doing.
When we hit $1 million, we're making the big bucks.
Yeah, like $1.85 a week.
$1.85 a week. That buys what? A Big Mac?
I'll buy a Powerball ticket.
7.
7 again.
It was not 7.
Calling it.
12.
It was not.
Let's call it. No, we're not doing that again because,
We're going to look like fools twice.
well, we're doing that anyway. So
That's true. We've done that 7 times now.
7 times. This is
Seventh
episode
time's the
7.
charm.
Episode 7. Reincarnation.
Reincarnating that Powerball number.
But we'll kick the episode off with a little tell of when I was a wee little lad. Has nothing to do with reincarnation.
Waylon's always been a big lad.
A big lad. I'm a big lad. I'm proud to be a big cad.
Good.
Cad.
Big cat. Like
Big
Ernie
cat.
Ladd.
Yeah.
If you get that reference, we can be friends.
I don't know what that is, so fuck off.
Now, your story
Oh, anyway.
sucks.
It just sucks.
Gotcha.
Fuck your story and the horse that rode on. But it's going back to the shadow people. Brendan does not think we can do a whole episode on shadow people.
We cannot.
We can.
I refuse.
Shadow people. It's interesting.
You're about to explain all of our shadow people material in the first few minutes of this episode, and you want to stretch it for a whole show.
I'm not explaining what it is or what I think it is or where they come from.
This is the last time I let you do the intro.
No,
because
I am doing it. I am talking tonight.
off the rails right now.
We're on the rails. We're going super speed. It's one of those magnetic trains.
Clean out the ash pans, Colonel, because this train's running off the rails.
I'm too drunk to taste the chicken. But anyway, I'll get into the story. And it's about a shadow person that I encountered when I was probably around 7 or 8 years old. I was raised in West Texas in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking cornfields.
West Philadelphia.
Born and
where
raised.
you were born and raised. Yeah.
And I was actually funny that you say that. I was outside shooting some b-ball. This is no lie. It's
When a couple of shadow people.
they were up to no good, but we lived in the middle of nowhere out in the country, and we did have neighbors next to us, and where our property stopped, cornfields began. I'm trying to set the image for the listeners. It was around dusk time, 6 or 7-ish during the summertime, 7, 8-ish.
Dirt or concrete
Dirt.
basketball
It was
court?
dirt. It was dirt. So
Regulation hoop or like plastic?
I believe it was regulation. It was. I didn't measure it back then because I really didn't care.
Yeah, you're just trying to keep from hating the countryside.
I actually loved it out there.
Did you?
I did. And speaking of
So
reincarnation, that place where I grew up feels the most familiar to me. And my sister will agree about that property, and we'll touch on that when we get into reincarnation. But
love touching. So you're shooting some b-ball.
Absolutely. It's about 7 or 8 dusk, and how the basketball goal was set up,
It's a hoop. It's a basketball hoop.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a goal. You don't score goals in basketball.
Well, where the basketball ring was.
The basket.
Goal. 747.
The basket case.
The basket case.
From the
Can I
Breakfast
tell
Club.
my story? Do I ever interrupt your stories?
No, because I do my research. You're talking off the cuff.
I am talking off the cuff because this actually happened. Unlike
Basketball goal,
your fairy tale
shit.
Your fairy tale stories that never happened. Croatoan.
Like
you pulled that out of your ass.
Tell you what, you asked that shadow person what the last thing he said was before he became a shadow.
Croatoan. Mm-hmm. Nice. But anyway, it was like 7 or 8. It was dusk. And it was out in the country, and the neighbors had a boat right behind our basket. Basket?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a basket.
Basket. No goal?
No.
Basket goal.
It's never been a goal.
That's why we don't coach basketball.
Right.
Football.
We don't even
football.
We hardly coach that.
We coach it. And next season we're gonna be the best. But anyway, okay, let me tell the story, dude.
All right, got it.
Okay.
I got
it. So I'm shooting baskets, bored, trying to occupy time before I have to go in, get ready for bed and all that. And I remember this like it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I remember. I remember it like
I
being
didn't
yesterday.
see you this week. You were in West Philadelphia.
Born and raised. But I was shooting baskets, and all of a sudden I shot one. I missed it, of course, because I suck at basketball. Now, then, forever will be shitty at basketball.
Without end.
I can admit that. In this life and next life. Oh, reincarnation. But anyway, I'm shooting it, and I miss it, and I'm going to go reach for the basketball. And I crouch down, I grab the basketball, and I look up, and about 3 feet away from me, 3 or 4 feet, was this shadow figure crouching underneath the boat. And it was a solid figure, and if I was an artist, I might have Jaden paint it. I might tell her to...
See if she could do an artist rendering.
Yeah. Like a lineup. I'm catching that motherfucker.
We're going to offer a reward.
I'm going to post it on the post office.
All the Lucid Ham money is going towards the reward. We're going to find this son of a bitch.
Damn shadow people. But when I reached down for the basketball and look up under the boat, this figure was solid black, wearing like a top hat, like a big giant hat and long arms. You know the gangster poses, like where they crouch down and they're all...
Oh, yeah.
East side, like
or whatever.
Yeah, west.
Whatever side you.
We don't judge. Whatever side you want to claim, you're fine.
Yeah.
But this thing, and I see it in my head right now, like to the T. It was staring right at me, no facial expression, just looking at me. And this is the fastest that I ran in my entire life, just running back inside the house, and then telling my mom like I saw something weird. So we look out her bedroom window, which was facing the basketball goal in the country, and nothing was there. And yeah, it's one of those things where I'll never forget it. It was weird.
Yeah, you've told me that story a couple times. It seems to stick with you pretty well.
It does. It's like if time travel did exist,
it does not, and it won't.
It does. So when I'm rich in the future, I want to go back to that day.
What a waste of money.
With my trillions.
You're going to buy off that shadow man.
I'm going to buy that shadow man off and ask him questions like, why did you feel the need to scare the shit out of me as a kid?
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Didn't you say he was wearing like a hat?
Like a top hat. Like a tall, like an Abraham Lincoln top hat. Willy Wonka.
Abe Lincoln.
He had no chocolate.
Yeah.
Not dark chocolate. No shadow chocolate.
Shadow chocolate, dude.
Had nothing for me.
Goes well
just
with
a creepy stare at me, like I'm looking at you, like.
But no discernible facial features.
No, but I knew he was staring right at me.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. Weird. Weird. So there's my shadow story. I don't know where I was going with that. There's my shadow story.
Perhaps if you ever get reincarnated.
On the boat was written Croatoan.
For real, if the
If
boat's
I
name
remember
was
that,
Croatoan,
right? It might have been.
Holy shit!
If I could time travel and go back to the day where I was playing basketball, and I saw the word Croatoan,
out,
Yeah.
fucking gone.
I would shit in the time machine, literally. You know, like,
Shit, the whole journey back. Talk about an excellent adventure.
good thing I'm a trillionaire. I can clean up the mess.
Turned into a bogus journey. Bill and Ted reference, bitch. What's up?
Bill and Ted, nice. But let's jump right into reincarnation.
All right, what is reincarnation?
I've been talking. I'm taking a drink right now. You talk.
Well, I'll answer your question, Brendan. Reincarnation is an already existing soul being reborn into a new body. New body, old soul, if you will. And I know you will.
Isn't that a Death Cab for Cutie song?
New body, old soul?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Old Spice. Yes.
Okay.
That's Death Cab for My Valentine, or whatever you just said.
Reincarnation. I'm excited about this episode.
Well, feel free to jump in at any time. So, in some Asian countries...
Bangkok.
Nope, that's not a country. They believe that you can transfer birthmarks with soot.
Explain, please.
Person dies, and they take a little bit of soot,
Soot.
rub it on, somewhere on the person's body,
Foot.
and then the next baby in the family.
Named Cut.
Nope. Well, it could be. I don't know. I don't know the names. It's not specific about which countries.
Yeah.
So
No.
it could be a regional thing.
Yeah.
So when Kut's born,
His
if
name's
they
Kut.
have a
The
birthmark,
child named Kut. He is now dubbed Kut.
if they have a birthmark, the child has a birthmark
Shaped like a foot.
in the place that the soot was. That's supposed to be the dead person reincarnated. That's their soul transferred into that baby. And I guess the telltale sign is the birthmark.
Okay.
So the birthmark transfers, as does the soul.
Nice.
And some Native American cultures believe that after you die, you leave the grave, you visit the dead, and then you return to the earth. Yes.
Let me touch on birthmarks.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx.
Go ahead.
Kut marks, if you will.
Uh-huh.
My nephew has it's a badass birthmark. It's shaped just like a gummy bear. I had to throw it in there. I mean,
Sick.
and he actually, my niece actually tattooed the face of a gummy bear, so it looks like a gummy bear now on his tattoo. It's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So,
It's pretty quality shit.
yeah, shout out to you, Dick.
Speaking of quality, the Yoruba people in Africa believe that reincarnation can occur within the family. So grandpa dies, kid's born, it's supposed to be grandpa reborn.
Not named Kut.
Well, I don't know.
It could be. I mean,
Africa,
he could
I don't know,
be.
it's-
That would be his name.
No. It's echolocation.
What's his name?
You're thinking of echolocation.
He's playing Tetris. That's his name, too. West Africa.
Oh, God. Born and raised.
No. Shooting some zebra. Where are we going with this?
Outside of the Oasis.
Oh, outside the Oasis. The nice hotel in West Africa. If you have not been, I suggest going.
You've never been
I have not been.
outside this country.
Well, Canada. Mexico?
That's
Does that
pretty
count?
much still this country.
Mexico.
Those are both this country, essentially.
Okay.
More or less.
Don't judge
I
me.
mean, where do we draw the line?
Well,
The border?
the wall.
Wrong. Oh, boy. So, got some examples of reincarnation that I think you'll enjoy. And if you don't, get fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
We do not keep listeners like that. You
ringing
can't tell.
endorsement. Well, they're going to
No.
enjoy it, so I'm not worried.
Okay.
They've been here this long. James Houston was a pilot in World War II who flew a Corsair and was shot down by the Japanese. James Leninger is a child who, when he was only When he was a baby, the only toys he wanted to play with were planes, and he would often wake up screaming about airplane crashes
747.
and fires, and that the little man can't get out of the plane. And
Y-axis.
yes, thank you. And he told his parents that he was shot down by the Japanese, and he used
What a
to...
racist little kid.
Well,
Seriously, I
hey,
mean...
maybe he's not racist. Maybe he was shot down by the Japanese.
Okay, maybe so.
If it happened, it happened.
Maybe so, okay.
Right,
I apologize to that little kid.
I don't think anybody's
Yeah,
excited about it, but hey,
okay.
it's history.
Literally.
And he also told his parents that he used to fly a Corsair. Peculiar, that, eh? Not a 747, not your A10, not an F-22 Raptor.
Corsair.
No, not existential. He flew a Corsair.
French.
Could be.
Croissant.
And he was able to describe all the parts of the ship, point them out. He knew them all by name. And some people that he flew with. And his dad started doing some research and found out that the plane, the crash, the guys that he named that he used to fly with were all real.
Do you have a year on this?
Early 2000s.
So the
That this
internet
happened.
was around.
Oh, yeah.
He could
He was 3.
bullshit.
He was 3. Okay.
Doogie Howser. I'm just
And
saying.
get this, he met the sister of James Houston, who was 86 at the time, and was able to talk to her about their childhood.
Let's stop right there.
And she confirmed that everything the kid was saying was correct, and she even believes I'm not stopping.
Fine.
I'm going.
Keep talking. I know you.
And
This sounds
she
like a
confirmed
story.
that everything the
like a
kid
story.
was saying
Okay.
was accurate, and she believes that her brother, or at least his soul,
Good.
lives in that kid. This story was covered by several news outlets, and it is legitimate.
True.
So get fucked.
Easy on the... Wow.
What?
Wow.
Viewer discretion's always been advised.
It's not
my
that. It's
friend.
just the anger. Such anger. Like,
Well, don't question me.
and meditate, you know?
I'm
Try
right.
it. Try yoga.
I do.
Try
400
yoga.
432 megahertz. You
Try the frequencies. It'll help. You need a hug?
I'll put you right to sleep. Little ASMR.
I've always been fascinated with the possibility of reincarnation, even as a young child. And it's something that I do believe, like, strongly. And when we go back to religion, I believe what I believe, even at a young age. Reincarnation is one
I
of those
believe in a
things.
thing called love.
I believe
I can fly.
I can fly.
See,
747.
that's what James Houston believed.
I believe I'm fly. I'll keep it at that.
You are a white guy.
Pretty white for a fly guy.
Strange.
But even as a small child, young kid, whatever, I've but believed in, had a strong feeling of reincarnation. And what the heck is that noise?
That is the Corsair taking off
It is. You live by an airport.
into the night.
This is a new
James
environment
Leninger
for
just got his
the
pilot's
podcast.
license.
We're moving on up. We're not at the Shaw,
It's true. We're out of the Shaw and into the fire.
into the studio.
Yes. The office. We're right
The
here next to
office.
the ironing board
Yep.
and my computer.
Yep.
Mini fridge.
Commodore 64.
Yes.
But no, reincarnation. I'll get into what I believe, maybe. A theory that I believe.
Before you do,
Okay, go ahead. Sir
because
talks a lot.
yeah, well, you had the intro this week, so
Yeah, it was my time to shine,
I'm
but
gonna
you're
be on a
like,
roll.
no, not
I'm
today,
taking it back.
Waylon. Not today.
I'm taking it back.
Kobe.
So, what do you think about reincarnation? Something from the past life, not just memories, but physical manifestations carrying over into the reincarnation. There was a study done on a Turkish boy
Cut.
who had memories of being killed by a shotgun blast to the right side of his face. And he was born with deformities on the right side of his face.
His nickname was Shotgun for some odd
They
reason.
call them Old Shotty.
Oh,
No, that's terrible.
Shotty.
They the hospital was able to confirm that there was a man who died from a shotgun blast to the face with very similar injuries to what this child was born with. And these are very rare conditions. It's like 1 in 6,000 kids for one thing and 1 in 3,500 kids for the other.
Yeah.
So it's very rare, especially for someone to have both.
Speaking of kids,
plus the memories of being shot in the face with a shotgun. That's hyper fucked.
I've seen several
As a child,
YouTube videos of the same. They talk about their past life, about their past parents, and it's just crazy. I think as kids, we have something special that is lost, is tainted with society. I don't know, more perceptive. But I've seen several videos on kids that were just like, holy crap. And then the parents actually do research, and they're like, wow. They're like blown away of these people that actually lived. Mm-hmm. The kids will go into detail about who they were.
Mm-hmm. Kids being born able to speak a foreign language that nobody in their family speaks.
And these are like 5 and 6 year olds that they can't hop on the internet and research something.
Right, they're not Googling Jack.
They're not Googling. Mm-hmm. No. They're watching Barney, and they're talking about their past life. Not Barney. What's now?
What are they? Aquanauts?
Aquanauts.
Paw Patrol. They like the Paw Patrol.
SpongeBob is still... I still watch SpongeBob. Don't blame me. I mean,
everybody still watches
SpongeBob is...
SpongeBob's quality.
Yeah.
It's tip-top notch.
But it's crazy how they actually go into detail about past lives, and I think... And even going back to like Ghost and like Shadow People, seeing that as a small kid, I think our minds are more open.
Right, they're not as clouded.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing, a lot of these, well, pretty much all these cases, every single one that I saw said that as the child got older, those memories started to fade. Like, James Leninger doesn't talk about his days as a World War II fighter pilot anymore. Those faded away as he got older.
Yeah. My niece, my great niece, makes me sound old, Chambry.
I'm sure she's great.
She actually talks about what she saw when she was born, which is kind of odd, but she explains everything in detail, and her mom confirms that's what happened, and it's one of those rarity. I know that's not reincarnation or anything, but I think kids are more open.
But it is a point that kids are able to, I don't know, so I've heard it called crossing over.
Yeah.
After a certain age, you don't really remember what it was like to be, 2 and under.
Like she was explaining her birth from a, would it be second party? Like observing her being born.
Out of body.
Yeah, out of body experience. And it's crazy. Like, it's fascinating. But I think the older we get, the more pollution and more bullshit that we have to cram into our head, and it's sad. But
imagine being in one of these kids' shoes. That you've got these memories of.
They wouldn't fit. My feet wouldn't fit.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
But when you were younger.
Yeah.
When you had the baby feet. When you had those little baby feet. When you had the junior feet. But and you have those memories, and you know that wasn't something that happened to you, but you remember it.
Yeah.
Like Barbro Carlin, who's believed to be Anne Frank reincarnated. She used to tell her parents about all about Anne Frank's life, and she would have nightmares that she was being found hiding in the attic, which was the family's hiding spot.
In the attic.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the flowers.
Well, I don't know what they kept in their attic, but they were hiding from Nazis, so I think the smell would attract them.
Yeah.
But she learned about Anne Frank in school, and it was then that she realized that Anne Frank was a famous person, that she's pretty well known. You okay? Are you laughing at Anne Frank?
No, I'm not laughing at Anne Frank.
Oh my
God! I'm picturing what they kept in their attics, and my stupid brain.
Why?
No. My stupid brain flipped to comedy mode, and I want to say, like a surplus of matzo ball soup.
Cold? What do you?
Cold matzo ball soup. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Anyhow, so she learned that
my
Anne
crew
Frank
just came out.
Was a famous person, and this is the only case that I saw in doing this research that the person still talks about it to this day. She's much older now. She's, I think, into her 40s or maybe 50s now. But those memories didn't fade away, like when she was 8, 9 years old, like they did with the others. That she still has these memories of being Anne Frank.
Yeah. The memory remains.
The song remains the same.
And the memory remains. Is that copyright? Sorry.
Yes. So, you said you had a theory.
I do have a theory that I like, that makes sense if reincarnation is fact. I believe the souls, or the people that we come in contact, are always in contact with us in this life, in the next life, in a previous life, and it's been going on like that for who knows how long. Say parents, brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces, grandparents,
Close
friends, people that you come in contact with and you just know, like, wow.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me earlier in the evening, kind of that the souls group together, like the compatible souls will group together, and then I guess in every cycle, or if one dies or comes back, it'll find a way back into its group.
Yeah.
With the other compatible souls. And
not necessarily as the role as it is in this life. Say parents, brothers, sisters. It could be intertwined. Mother could be sister, dad, brother. I mean, it's
right. Your great grandmother might pass away, and then your friend might have a daughter.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Or a son, and that's the same soul recycled back into that same group.
And I've thought about this for a very long time. Even as a small kid, I'm like, it's something that I felt strongly about, and I think
definitely click with certain people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You match up. There it is.
I said it. I said it.
I made you do it. You fucker.
But you're right, and even close friends or people that come into your life, and it goes back to fate. I think there's a lot more to this life and many other lives that are not out of our hands, but they're meant to be people that you come in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll touch on see, I'm breaking out some absolutely
some episode 1 tropes here.
But those close to me know about Sterling, how he saved my life, and I'm going to touch on that. Mm-hmm. And I think it was meant to be, and I think that I've known him and his mom in another life. There's too many coincidences for it to be rolled coincidences, or
so many things fell right into place.
Yeah.
For it to just be a stranger coming into your life.
Yeah. And I strongly believe that, and yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I felt I thought I had a nosebleed.
Thought it was a booger, but it's snot. Mm-hmm. Good joke.
Thought my nose was bleeding. I just got punched in the nose off air. Yes, my coke habit. Old Charlie came by. And
Charlie hooked it up with a whatever it is, pound.
Not Charlie Sheen, Charlie Horse, if you know what I'm talking about. We talked in the Deja Vu episode. I'm not on drugs. We talked in the Deja Vu episode that it's very important to note.
Yeah.
We talked in the Deja Vu episode that time could be a continuous loop and cyclical. So you may be reincarnated as the same
Son
being again, and that could be what causes deja vu. Then you're remembering it playing out from the last cycle.
We were talking about that, and yeah.
I mean, that fits right in with our bullshit deja vu theory that we made up.
Yeah.
With no basis or foundation.
But it does come into this, and it's like...
But we're putting it together now.
Like,
the longer this show goes, the we're going to write a thesis.
Like you were talking about earlier, today or yesterday, whenever, I don't pay attention to you, but...
It was in the last cycle.
In the last cycle, about how deja vu, we could live the same life over and over until we get it right, what it is. this life. We
Everything
get it right.
falls into place.
Yeah. How you're supposed to live out your existence, your soul existence. And that's a good theory, and I dig it.
I think you mentioned earlier in the evening, not on air, of course.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
We keep our best ideas off air.
Yeah, we do.
I think you called it a ladder system or ladder theory.
The ladder theory, where perhaps we start out at the bottom of the food chain, if you will.
Yeah.
Like a bug. If we go like a bug and you work your way up to, say, Jeffrey Dahmer, you're still a piece of shit.
Okay, well, or you could be you after a while. Maybe that'd be a good one.
No,
I'm
just saying.
To like a small cat.
You're always, you don't jump from bug to
and then you go
Jeffrey
straight
Dahmer.
into, no, that's not the next step.
No, you don't go from dung beetle to cannibal, just like that. You don't, like many, like.
No, we've got this mapped out, and that clearly doesn't match.
That's the step. Dung beetle, Dahmer, Mother Teresa. And we're getting weird feedback. I think we're
sweet feedback.
I think we're going to supernatural. We just reached the ghost of
we
Jeffrey
visited?
Dahmer.
He's here.
He's like, I'm going to eat your face. I'm going to eat your face.
He's displeased.
But the ladder system, it's more, I would like to believe it's the other one where souls are grouped.
And
there you go.
They stick together.
Adverb.
The souls are friends.
Yeah.
Whether, in person or not, the souls are friends. They match up. They're compatible with each other.
Because you come into contact with people, you're like, I know this person. Like, kind of like us. Like, we clicked, like, right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Even though you're a piece of shit, we clicked.
Yeah, we matched up. Birds of a feather, you're a piece of shit.
That's how we
as
changed
the
the
saying
scene.
goes.
We copyrighted that saying, and we submitted it to the people that we needed to.
Hallmark. Prince.
It's a new Christmas card.
The estate of Prince.
Lucid Ham. But but yeah, people you come in contact with, you're like, wow, it's I feel a connection. I feel comfortable around this person. And then there's other people where you're like, something, you're shooting off some negative fucking energy, and I have to get away as fast as possible. And I don't know what that is. Something else.
Compatible.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be together.
Yeah.
It's like two magnets.
Yeah, pushing away.
Yeah.
But those people that you just click to so fast, and they don't come often. They don't come around often, but they do. And I have the list in my head of people that is like, wow. Like, yeah.
And you really match up with.
Yeah.
Back to the ladder system. Do you think we can be reincarnated as other species?
That's where I'm not feeling strongly on that, but it could be. It's a theory that it could be.
I mean, you and the other souls in your group, if you will.
And I will.
You will.
I know I will.
I don't get reincarnated, all of you, once this cycle is over or whatever, as a pride of lions. And you're all still together. You're all still with each other. You're all still compatible. Pack of wolves, beehive.
Giraffes.
Yeah, a giraffe squadron, I think they call them.
Maybe that's
why. Is that what a herd of giraffe is?
It's a squadron. Like gaggle.
That's geese.
Goose.
That's John Wayne Gacy.
Goats. But
you could be a gaggle of goots.
A gaggle of goots. A gaggle of goots. I don't know. We don't know shit about this life. No one does. We're just on this. We're living.
For yourself.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You know nothing. You know dick about what's going on with what
I know
is.
some shit about fuck. God damn it.
Wow. Calm down. Calm down.
That ain't none of my business.
But no, I when it comes down to I don't think we can honestly be goats or giraffes or.
You think if you're a human soul,
yeah,
you're a human soul every time.
Yeah.
Whether the cycle begins again or you just die, say you die in the year 2085.
Yeah.
Poor, because the time the time travel thing didn't work out.
Oh, it's going to work, and hopefully I'll relive that with my trillions after I go into the future.
And then you're reincarnated the summer of 2085.
Ooh, that was a good summer. That was a good summer.
Dude, got my first real 6-string.
Yep. Nice. Okay, well, let's get back on track. Damn us. Seriously, damn us. But I think the group together, the family, the friends, the close people that you come in contact with, I'm losing train of thought. It's 35. We're at 35 right now.
All right.
You cockass.
You don't have to yell.
I'm not yelling.
35 degrees in this house.
35 degrees. Turn your heater on.
It's cold.
You make good money.
It's refreshing.
It is refreshing.
I make okay money.
I can cut glass right now with my nipples.
Pretty good money.
It's cold in here.
It's quality money.
Well,
and it's
cutting
very
glass
cold in my house.
I can cut glass.
Yeah, that's a good side job.
It is a good side job. But what do you think reincarnation is? Do we live the same life over and over until we get it right, do you think? Or
that's
do
the
you...
trick, because with everything we've talked about already on the show, with deja vu,
we're fucking
God
stupid.
Damn.
We are stupid, okay? We're looking at beer like, should we open that one? Yeah, why not?
Anyhow, all right, it's going to get a little noisy. I'll try to talk over it. Anyhow, with everything we talked about as far as deja vu, I think that we could be living the exact same life over again. Just on an infinite loop, where like we talked about, until everything falls perfectly into place. And it, like a loading screen. Your life is 85% complete. You do it again, you get 92% until everything is 100% perfect.
And I know some people are like, oh, I hope not, because I've lived a shitty life, and
well, that's why you got to straighten those kinks out. You're only at 2%.
Yeah. And I know, and I'm speaking for myself, I've had a good childhood for the most part, and I've had a good life for the most part. Yeah, there's things that I would change. There's things that sucked in my life. Yeah, and that's just life. That's life. But I think if I don't know, what would the point be to relive your life over and over and over and over and over again without knowing?
To get the best, the most 100% perfect quality, championship level gold Olympic life.
Johnny Depp.
But no, not 100 of these years, but 1,000. Do you think that if there's an afterlife, is that a form of reincarnation? Like, say you die, you're buried, and you're in heaven as an angel.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's some sort of reincarnation? I didn't mean to bother you. Pardon me.
Pardon me.
Were you busy?
I was pouring.
Porn? This is a family show.
Pouring. Speaking of animals, and now being reincarnated.
Woof!
But no,
By the way, what happened to that goat from episode 3?
Goat.
Yeah.
Which goat?
The goat you brought when you thought it was the goat episode.
He is in my freezer.
Alive.
Yes.
Okay.
That
All
goat
right.
likes the cold.
It's a weight off. He'd love it here. It's cold as
Billy.
shit.
Oh,
it's
Billy.
35 degrees.
Yeah. Should have brought him. Next time I will. But as far as the afterlife, and we'll do an episode on the afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not discrediting the afterlife. I know for a fact now that there's something more than us up there, and we'll touch on that on the afterlife. But as far as reincarnation in the afterlife, that's a tricky. I don't know.
Because an angel could be, even with your appearance, that could be a different being. I'm not saying there's proof 100% that angels exist or don't, but let's assume there is.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah.
Could be your soul in another vessel, and then you get to live that eternity on repeat until you get that right, then you become an alien. See, it's a ladder system. It is. I told you.
Oh, speaking of which,
You need to borrow my ladder.
yes, can I borrow your ladder?
No.
I'm painting, and there's a couple high spots. No.
You're painting that mural of the shadow person.
Yep.
It's going to be a scary one.
It's going to be a scary one.
It's going to be a spooky photo. Portrait?
Where was I going?
Landscape.
I lost total train of thought. I did.
I told you the train's running off the rails.
Continue.
You,
I seriously do not know where I was going with. Oh,
Not
no,
at
no.
all.
I do.
There you
Okay,
go.
I recall.
You're back.
I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again.
To
Waylon's back.
Trailer Park Waylon.
Tell a friend.
Need to get the fuck on with the story.
Okay. But another theory that I've believed in or had strong feelings about.
Hey, you believe it. I know. You believe weird shit.
Not weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
Deep shit,
Funky
maybe.
shit.
No, come on. Now.
Deep shit.
But I think we have
You're
a
in
higher
deep shit.
If
You don't get on with
Now
this
that I'm-
fucking story.
If you would let me, Sir talks a lot.
Go on.
Thank you. But I do think that we have higher selves that help us guide in the next life.
Guardian angel?
You can call it
Or-
that. Yeah,
Something along those lines.
yeah. And I think another theory of mine is it falls in the reincarnation that we get to choose the life that we want to experience, but we do not recall what we chose. Does that make sense? With our higher self, perhaps our guide, our guardian angel, who we have a powwow with, who we have a meeting with, when we quote unquote die or leave this earth. I think we decide what we want to experience in life, and we map it out, and then it's on to the vagina, to be born.
For that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pardon.
like, whoa, and you're born.
Back.
Yeah. I don't know when.
again.
I don't know.
Waylon's back.
Tell some friends. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that could be a reality. I think that could be what is. I think we can choose. And this is going to sound very, very strange,
Go ahead.
and I think a lot of people do this. When you're alone, do you laugh at yourself and talk to yourself? And I think maybe that's you're talking to your higher self or your guardian angel, and he or she is laughing at you. Does that make sense? Like, you tell some stupid ass joke.
I just talk to me, man.
I don't think so.
I do
man.
make
Like,
myself laugh a lot.
but
whether
is
or
it
not
you,
there's
or is
someone
it your guardian angel or your higher self? Like,
don't know. I'm not
you are a
directing it at
dumbass,
anyone.
Brendan. That was funny, but you're a dumbass. But I think it could be that. It's
Or we both suffer from a mental disorder
well, that could be
that hasn't been addressed yet.
12 Monkeys,
Excuse me.
Fight Club. Don't talk about it.
Okay, I won't.
Be about it. We get off track so. Jeez Louise, man.
Well, that's probably about all the steam we've got in this engine now.
But does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
could that happen where you and your higher self map out what you want to experience? And I think about people in like third world countries that have flies landing on their eyes. And I'm not making
What the
I'm not,
fuck?
I'm not making.
Where did you?
No, listen.
What
listen.
road
Oh,
did
no,
you
no,
just
no.
travel down?
Listen. Can I explain?
Oh,
Can I
boy.
explain?
Okay.
Like, I don't know why people would want to map that out with their higher self or their guardian angel. Where
Maybe you're wrong.
maybe I'm wrong. That's
Jeez.
where I'm going with this. Maybe I'm wrong because no one
No one would
in
want
their right mind.
flies
I
on
want
their
to-
goddamn eyes.
I want to live in Ethiopia and have tons of flies land in my eyeball for life, and being chased by zebras.
Well, maybe you'll be reincarnated,
lions.
and that's what you'll get.
No, because I will not choose that. Like,
Well,
scratch
you just
that.
said that's what you want.
Unless it's like spin a wheel. Like, maybe it's if it lands on that little sliver, you're fucked. Like, come on, no flies on the eyes, no flies on the
$200
eyes.
cash, $200 cash. Oh,
Bam, flies on the eyes. No food. Like, that's the only. And I'm not poking fun at people that live like that. I'm not. But I'm saying if that theory is correct, no one in their right mind would choose that, right? You wouldn't choose to...
Not necessarily. You may want a very simple...
And that goes back to
life.
You wouldn't want...
And even if that comes with
an abusive relationship.
Abundance of flies.
Like,
Even if that's the case, it's all right.
Like, I don't want to be molested during my childhood. No one would choose that. Like, that's where...
That's where your theory's got some holes.
That has some major
unpleasant things happen
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah. So...
Nobody wants to be in a car accident. Nobody wants to lose any money.
That's true.
Nobody wants to develop a cocaine habit.
No.
Charlie.
Gene.
Horse.
Fly. On the eyes. But
back again.
Full circle
We've
to
done
West
it.
Africa.
I don't know if it's west.
Well, is it?
No, I don't know. What
don't
did I just
know.
tell you? I don't know.
Well, we need to do some research.
I'm not a goddamn cartographer.
I'm not a meteorologist, so
I'm
but I know it's
aware.
going to be hot in Africa.
What season?
Good choice. It's time to end this good episode.
let's wrap
this
this
train
one
wreck,
up.
this shit show. If you're
you-
still listening, we're sorry.
You're a real trooper.
You are a trooper, and we'll send out patches from. It's not tie-in badges, merits,
Merit
patches,
badges.
We'll send you a patch.
If you can tie some knots,
I bet they can. Unlike your fucking not tying ass.
you
Because
wasted
you're
a
the
large
shitty
portion of your
fucking
life.
pack leader.
Now, if you haven't already, please like our Facebook
Please
page,
subscribe.
to the YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Share with your friends.
Share.
We appreciate all the support we've gotten so far.
We
All the views, the likes, the
It's
comments.
crazy. The flower bouquets that we receive.
Yes, the $150,000
The
in
fruit
cashier's
baskets.
checks.
Yeah, like
Unfortunately,
McDonald's calling us.
they didn't.
They didn't.
Oh,
I
come
wish
on.
they did. I want some nuggets.
A free
3 nuggets.
just 1 or 2 Big Mac vouchers.
Right? That's what we were asking.
Yeah, just a coupon.
That's why we got into this shit show for free food and Jordans.
All right.
All right.
Let's end it before it gets worse. Share with your friends. We appreciate all the support. Keep it up. Thank you guys, and good night.
Later. Listen to it wrong.
Nope.